Hi, hello, I'm back again and I want to tell you everything I know about the new Jo Malone Wildflowers and Weeds collection. So this collection is coming out March 2019 and it's one of their limited edition collections that they do every spring. So you might remember the Herb Garden, beautiful collection, the London Rain collection, the Rock of Ages collection. There's been quite a few. Oh, last spring there was one which included poppy and barley. That was also beautiful. So every spring they do a collection of limited edition 30ml fragrances, all inspired by kind of London and spring and kind of often like nature, so like rain, flowers, that kind of thing. It's always really beautiful. I was lucky enough to go to the preview event. So there is 5 fragrances in total. I will tell you everything I can about them. I have 2 of them here because when I was leaving, they very kindly gave me 2 bottles, which was really sweet of them. So I have smelt them all, but I haven't smelt them for, I think, 2 weeks, because that's when the event was. So the first one of the collection is called Nettle and Wild Achillea. So I may be pronouncing Achillea wrong. So Nettle and Wild Achillea, a tangy sting of nettle peeking through pavement cracks and entwined with wild white Achillea, sparkling with bright bergamot and greenness softened by a soft base of white musk. So I don't have that one. No, I don't have that one. I remember it being really lovely. I remember that being one of my very favorites. I had 2 which were my favorites. That was definitely like number 1 or number 2. I couldn't decide which one I preferred of the 2 of those, but I absolutely loved this one. I thought it was really beautiful. It was very green. It was very fresh and spring-like and lovely and green, and it was just really joyful. And also there's not enough like green fragrances around because like apparently people don't want to smell like leaves. I do. But it was really beautiful. Nettle and Wild Achillea, look out for that one, it was lovely. There's also Willow and Amber. Now this one is expressive weeping willow, gently draping across the fresh morning water, captured in the woody pairing of cashmere wood, smoky vetiver, and enhanced by sensual amber. This one's nice, but I don't love it. Yeah, so this one's really pretty, but it's not my favorite. It's just a bit, for me, it's a bit watery, it's a bit aquatic. It's kind of really pretty, but it's quite soft. For me, it just didn't have enough punch. I guess the one that I would describe it reminds me of the most is Wood Sage and Sea Salt, which is again quite aquatic. I remember it just being a bit soft, a bit watery, a little bit green, a little bit floral, but a little bit not enough of anything for me. Like it didn't make my heart burst with joy. I think for me there's better fragrances in the collection. However, if you love like that like no perfume thing, then you should definitely look out for Willow and Amber because that one might be the one for you. Caden Cedarwood. I love this one. Let me read the description. Smouldering embers of wood-burning stove at nightfall. Basking in the warm and comforting glow of cade, its smoky scent mingled with cedarwood and complemented by mouth-watering hint of sensual vanilla. So this one is really, really, really nice. I really like this one. It's very like, it's kind of like probably the most dark and woody and masculine of the collection. It's quite like romantic, you know? It's quite like, give it to me. It's so weird. It's quite a sexy fragrance. It's a little bit masculine, a little bit feminine. It's very like dark, smoky, burning woods. It's lovely. And then it's got that like hit of vanilla, which just kind of makes it like a little bit sweet and a little bit addictive. It's not too sweet, it's not too woodsy. It's just really good. It's really lovely. I really liked Caden Cedarwood. Hemlock and Bergamot. So hemlock's powdery petals brightened with bergamot and a deadly yet unexpectedly delicate flower. Illuminated with golden mimosa and a flourish of heliotrope, crisp and modern with a bite of cucumber. So that's Hemlock and Bergamot. I've never heard of hemlock before, but apparently it's deadly and apparently it smells very pretty. I'm undecided on this one. It was really original. Like I've never smelled another perfume like it, but it's very powdery and I love heliotrope, which I think that's how to pronounce it anyway, but it's got heliotrope in it, which is quite a powdery, almost like a cherry almondy kind of scent, which is really beautiful. I do love heliotrope, and I go nuts when there's I think I'm pronouncing that right, but I go nuts when there's heliotrope in perfume. I think it's such a beautiful fragrance. But I think with the powdery hemlock, I think for me it was a little too powdery. I feel like for that one, I'd want to fragrance combine it with something just to kind of like make it a little, not even take the powder away, but just add something to the powder. Like I feel like I'd want like a little bit more rose, or I'd want maybe, do you know what would be really good with the Caden Cedarwood? Caden Cedarwood with Hemlock and Bergamot would probably be really nice, because it would just kind of like add a little bit of woodsy spice to that powderiness. I think I'm just a bit grittier than that. I mean, I seem like a gritty kind of person. But yeah, Hemlock and Bergamot. But I have to say, I was sat with other people and everybody else was going nuts for Hemlock and Bergamot. Like, they loved it. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's the mood I was in. That is very possible. Also, I think by that stage, I had already fallen in love with Lupin and Patchouli, which you can probably tell by my face. I love this one so much. So yeah, okay, actually, I'm saying I loved Nettle and Achillea. That was gorgeous. I also loved Caden Cedarwood. That's also gorgeous. But I think Lupin and Patchouli just gets it for me. So let me read the description. Reminiscent of canal banks, awash with colour, a rainbow of lupin flowers enriched with luxurious rose, deepened with rebellious patchouli, a surprising contrast with fresh vibrancy of mandarin. So I love this one. I mean, I love rose anyway. I really do like patchouli. It's really like woodsy and gritty, and I really like it. And then I don't know what lupin flower smells like, but quite frankly, this is joyful. Like, I just thought it was really beautiful. It had enough punch to it, but it was also really pretty. It was really elegant. For me, it just screamed classic Jo Malone. Like, it reminded me of Poppy and Barley. It's like, it was just so pretty and wonderful. I just loved it. I just think it's a classic Jo Malone. I think when I smell Lupin and Patchouli, I think I just fell so much in love with that nothing else kind of quite matched up to it. So I love the Nettle and Achillea because that's all green and joyful, and there's not enough green perfumes in the world. I love Caden Cedarwood because that was all like smoky and delicious and intoxicating. And then I loved Lupin and Patchouli because it was just wonderful, like just wonderful with like flowers and rose and like a slight bit of like water in there, and what else has it got in there? Mandarin, and oh, it's just lovely. It's just beautiful. Look out for Lupin and Patchouli. I have a feeling that's the one that's going to sell out first. So, because last year Poppy and Barley sold out really quick. That was again my favourite. So if you are looking to buy one of these, I would say get in there quick, because the favourite one might sell out, and I think the favourite one might be Lupin and Patchouli. I can't say Lupin, can I? And they are out in March 2019. I can't believe we're in 2019. And they are £49 each for a 30ml bottle. Just so you know, they are not available as a 100ml bottle. So if you want one, you're just gonna have to buy the 30ml bottle, or buy two 30ml bottles. But yes, that is the collection. That's everything I know. I hope you don't mind me reading some of that off a piece of paper. And yeah, they're coming out. Oh, and they're also really pretty bottles. They've been like hand painted and then like digitally printed so that they still look hand painted. They're really beautiful. But yes, look out for Lupin and Patchouli. Look out for Nettle and Achillea. Look out for Caden Cedarwood. And then also everybody else was loving Hemlock and Bergamot. So look out for that. And then finally Willow and Amber for the non-perfume wearers of you all out there. I hope that's of help. Thank you for watching. Sorry it was a bit longer than I expected. I had a lot of reading and fluffing of lines to do. If you would like to subscribe, please do. It's always a pleasure to have another subscriber, because I got like 5. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening. Bye.